Countess. Who?
I'm literally miserable.
We're not friends.
Joggers. Excuse me?
Who said that? Who said that?
Hello everybody, welcome to the Real Housewives Edit. My name is Elle and I'm here to talk about the two loves of my life, editing and housewives. Today we're going to be covering the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, where Sutton is having a garden party in December. Before we get into that scene, can you guys even believe the behavior of Erika at Garcelle's party towards her children?
I just wanted it to be done.
I was shocked from an editing perspective that they didn't use the opportunity to do some sort of flashback work like this.
What are you doing here? Flowers. Get the out of here. Eileen, don't ever bring up my kid again.
It's like we were talking, and I was treating the teenagers like they were adults.
Don't ever talk about my kid again.
They're 16, they're not babies.
Shut up.
But I know our Bravo editors do not disappoint. I know that this apology comes out a little bit more with Erika and Garcelle in the next episode. And so I really look forward to that, and I look forward to all the magic that the Bravo editors are going to bring us. I keep saying that I was blown away from an editing perspective because on my last video, I had a comment from one of you who said, you know, I love your take on the editing stuff, but you don't need to insert your opinion. And here's what I'm gonna say about that. I'm gonna insert my opinion, not because I want to bother you guys, but honestly just because I have no one else to talk to about this. I literally started this channel so we could have these conversations and I could insert my opinion. I will really try to keep it to the editing facts, but sometimes I'm just going to have moments. Leave me a comment if you want me to shut up about my own opinion and just stick to the editing facts. Let's jump right into the scene.
So mine is the soda water for me, and just do a little bit of lime. Same?
I'm sticking for this for
Okay.
a while. I want to be clear before I talk to Erika.
Oh. Could you turn on some classical music?
Do you know any stations?
Is it XM?
So this is just a really common kind of storytelling, editing type thing. So Garcelle is sitting there and she says, I just want to stick with champagne for a minute because I want to be clear when I see Erika or when I talk to Erika. Then of course, instead of just going on with that scene and that kind of narrative and have Garcelle explain herself there, the editors are going to cut to Erika. It's like in any sort of suspenseful movie or book or anything like that, you'll see like the FBI in a room, putting little pins on the wall talking about the bad guy, and then they cut to the bad guy. It gets you in both worlds and it kind of like puts you with a leg in each camp. The cameras are not filming at the very same time, so that the moment that Garcelle is saying that, Erika may or may not be in that car right there with another camera person. Editing makes it seem like she was at that very moment sitting inside of a car asking to turn on some classical music. And also just another thing, tone-wise, you go from Garcelle kind of talking about how she's going to be confronting Erika to cutting to something where Erika's talking about kind of basic stuff. Sort of tone-wise gets you in this mode of like, oh, she has no idea what's coming. She's just talking about music. It kind of gives it sort of like a lighter feel, and it gives us as the audience like, ooh, this is gonna be big. She's not gonna be expecting this. Though she should be expecting it. There was my opinion. Sorry.
I know. Could you put on 103.5? They're playing Christmas carols.
Well, this is the first time you've seen Sutton's new house.
I'm not worried about this house, I'm worried about Garcelle. I'm not worried about this house, I'm worried about this Haitian mom I've offended.
You told her son
I think to shut the
to shut the up.
Yeah, it was like we were talking, and I was treating the teenagers like they were adults. They're 16, they're not babies. Let's
No,
not.
they're 14.
Oh, they are?
Yes.
Oh, well, I thought they were 16. That puts it in a whole new perspective.
You guys can see when they actually cut back to something, they say 2 days before on the Chiron, right? But they also change the coloring in the flashbacks a little bit. You'll see they kind of desaturate it a bit and they kind of give it like a fade. It cues to the audience, this happened before. A lot of people are, multitasking when they're watching it. Not me, I like to, really focus, but a lot of people with these types of shows, they're just kind of fun for people. So the editors do this great thing, which is they spoon feed and give as much information as they can. If it was the same color tone, if they didn't have that Chiron there, anyone could look up and be like, wait, is Erika hiking before she's going to Garcelle's? Wait, this is confusing. Just a little editing note.
You look so cute.
Hi,
Can you guys see these sort of like the way that they introduce the ladies? They always kind of start on the feet, like coming away from, you know, the black car, and then they cut to a mid of their outfit, and then you get a little bit more of a close-up as they come to the door. Feet, body, close-up. Common.
I love this house so much.
Wow.
Thank you.
I love this bar. I love this vibe.
Can I have a Belvedere with 3 lemons, please? Squeeze them in really well. Carcass out.
So when we're doing this kind of editing breakdown of these shows, when I'm not inserting my opinion, what I'm really trying to show you is what editors do. They take things out and they leave things in. They leave in where Dorit is ordering the drink at the bar. I want you guys to remember, they have so many hours of footage. They do not leave one thing in that does not matter. Does it matter to the story building? Does it matter to character building? Does it matter to entertainment value? That's really up to you to decide. But in this moment right here, they left in Dorit making her little order, the carcass out. I've heard Andy Cohen talk about how they started leaving in the parts where the housewives actually order their lunch or order their drinks because they were getting such good feedback and people loved it. I personally love it. Seeing these women just be so specific in their ordering and so like particular. A lot of us, I'll just say myself, try to make things sort of like easy. But when I see these women sort of asserting themselves, even if it's as stupid as like a drink order and just being like, this is how I want it, this is how I like it, and this is how I'm going to have it, there's something like strangely like, yeah, okay, like there's no harm in that, right? Tell me if you agree. It's such a random connection, but I have so many random reasons why I love the Housewives. We'll get into it more as this channel goes, if any of you are still here to hear it.
This is it. Awesome. Thank you so very much.
So here she comes.
All right. The new place. I'm just going to barge in here. Hi. Hi. In a second.
Okay, so again, they had to leave in that moment, right? She's like, in a second. Everyone who's walked through the door has taken a glass of champagne or had some sort of drink. But Erika here says, in a second again. Why did they leave that in? Because they have to kind of build this story where Erika did have, you know, the night before she was having lots of those spicy margaritas that we talked about last week. And this week, it seems like she's tempering herself a little bit. Now, again, they left it in. So that's just a reminder to you guys. If they're leaving it in, they're leaving it in for a reason. And you, if you want to watch the show in this weird way that I watch it, just wonder, like, why would the editors leave that in? They're building Erika's story here.
Well, hello.
Oh, I love your coat.
Thank you.
That's
Old
amazing.
School. Old school.
It's amazing.
For you, this is one of my favorite candles ever.
Oh, good.
It's handmade in Spain.
That
and
coat
I love
belongs
it,
to
and
me.
it's
I need that
wonderful.
coat. That coat should be mine.
Well, you're going to have to fight me for it.
Oh, you bitch.
Ladies, may I say hello? Hello.
Hey.
How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm good. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's talk about this moment right here. I don't know, and you guys tell me in the comments below what you think, but I think Erika said something here that they took out. Now, I'm not saying she like did a full apology. I don't think it was that, but I do think something was said here that they removed. She says, I'm good. They're kind of doing that back and forth.
Hello.
Hey.
How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm good.
And then Erika says,
Nice to see you.
and then Garcelle says,
Thank you.
the way Garcelle's face looks at that moment, to me, not trying to insert my opinion here, you guys, it looks like she heard something different than nice to see you. It has that look, like someone says something like a condolence, an apology, or something like that, and you go like, thanks. I don't know what I'm doing. She could have said, it's nice to see you. But Garcelle is so confident in her reaction from an editorial standpoint. When you're building stories, sometimes, you know, you have to find reactions of people that kind of are appropriate for moments. I've always seen Garcelle's moments be so true to the moment. Her face really reads, right? She has got an expressive face. She's an actress. It feels off when it's Erika's just saying, nice to see you. You guys tell me what you feel like in the comments below. I've gotten so many amazing comments from you guys telling me your opinions on the show, and my eyes have been blown wide open from all of you. My husband, every time I text him about Housewives or tell him about the Housewives, his eyes glaze over. He leaves me on red. It's like, I have no one to talk to this about. So you guys are my people. Go ahead and write a comment below and let me know what you think about this. I don't think it was anything heartfelt, like I really want to apologize. This is what should have gone down, but my guess is what was put on the cutting room floor, maybe a brief apology and then like, I want to talk to you about it later. That might have been a strategic move from the editors and the producers to actually take out that moment because it would have kind of taken the wind out of the sails. Maybe like, oh, she already said it, so like, it's not going to be that impactful later on. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Okay, let's move on.
Nice to see you again. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Mwah. Mwah.
What is everybody drinking? I can only have one.
And then they leave the camera on Garcelle as she's watching Erika. And you can see Garcelle's face. She does not look pleased. But let's keep watching.
Oh, and I learned a lesson.
It's right here.
You can only have one drink.
Okay.
It's only one.
Okay,
You
good.
can only have one, that's it.
Yes, I
yes,
agree
that's
with
it.
you.
No, it's
One is good.
No, it's like it's one and done.
Yeah, agree.
We've all had many a drinks, but how?
And again, the editors left in where kind of Garcelle's like, she just finished that little exchange with Erika where Erika's like, oh, I just need one now. One is all I can do. You know, I've learned my lesson well. They keep the camera on Garcelle. So obviously the camera person on set kept the camera on Garcelle to sort of watch her while she's leaning back, drinking her own drink, you know, like, yeah, good thought, Erika. The camera person left it on there, but also the editor left it. They could have cut away from that to another piece of the party. You guys see them do that all the time. They cut away to other scenes or other things going on, but instead they left it right on Garcelle. Again, kind of storytelling how Garcelle is feeling in this moment.
But how you behave is really who you are.
Oh, can I have some champagne? That'd be nice.
Okay, I wanted to talk about this also. I know we've only gotten through like 30 seconds of this scene. Erika asks for the champagne, right? She turns around, she looks at Garcelle, and the sound that they add to it, it ends the music. And the way she looks at Garcelle, I'm not saying she's doing this, but it's got like a threatening, almost like if she was to say the words, what are you gonna do about it? If you had taken away that sound, you wouldn't have that same sort of effect. You just have her sort of turning around and looking at Garcelle. You can manipulate the audience through sound, music, cuts. That is a mark of a great editor. That's how they storytell. And that's how when you're watching it and you're wrapped into the story, that is likely the editors and producers doing, is to really keep you engaged in the story, which is a beautiful thing. That's what we want. That's what we want watching these shows, right?
It's so fun to see everybody in this room. We're eventually going to get to lunch. I'm just getting you all drunk.
Okay, so again with the sound effect, when Sutton says, I'm just getting you guys all drunk, and Erika kind of looks up and they do that knife sharpening sound. Sutton says, I'm just getting you all drunk. And obviously that's kind of triggering for Garcelle and Erika at that moment because they had a major problem stemming from Erika, you know, being overserved.
Hi, everybody. Mwah. Hi. Mwah. Everything good?
All right, we're going outside. Okay. I apologize for the muck. Oh, it's cold out here. Someone's gonna have to carry me to the table, because you can't with these shoes.
Oh, this is straight mud, girl. Okay, I didn't know that.
Mucky.
Weather sometimes is not my friend.
So again, they're trying to tell the story of Sutton having this, you know, outdoor event where she had the weather turn against her, and they have someone's shoes walking across the grass. Obviously, the editors put that mud sound in later in post, which post is just the word for after everything is filmed. Post-production is when they edit and they add all the music and sound effects just to kind of tell us the story like, yeah, it's muddy and gross out there.
I wasn't expecting this, but you just have to persevere and keep your party outside, which is what I did.
We're dealing with a swamp.
I know, it's horrible.
And I don't want to ruin these. It's like a symbol for Sutton. You got this beautiful table set gorgeously, sitting in this mucky, muddy muck. That's Sutton's track for you right there. I can't walk on that. Look at these shoes. Okay, I'm sorry.
So rude. I mean, Sutton's so rude too. Everyone's so rude. But that was so rude. Oh my gosh. You have this beautiful table in this middle of this muck. I would literally cry.
I think we need some flip-flops. Can you get me some?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Can you just grab some? Because I don't think I should wear my shoes there.
You want boots?
No, I mean, it's either rain boots or flip-flops because look what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a swamp.
I know, it's horrible.
And I don't want to ruin these.
Okay, so I want to talk about the shoe gate with Lisa Rinna. Again, we are watching what the editors are potentially taking out because we'll never know, and we're watching what they leave in. Now, Rinna comes outside. Obviously, she's wearing like these gorgeous, probably bajillion-dollar satin red shoes, and she doesn't want to step in the mud or the mucky grass, which is totally understandable. However, she seems to say it in some form or iteration like 4 or 5 times.
Look what we're dealing with. I can't walk on that. Look at these shoes. We're dealing with a swamp. I think we need some flip-flops. I don't want to ruin these. Can't with these shoes. I don't think I should wear my shoes there. Someone's gonna have to carry me to the table. Go to sleep! Go to sleep!
The editors could have cut it out and just had her say the one time to the guy like, hey, can you get me some flip-flops? Because I don't want to walk in this, whatever. Bang, that could have been done. But the editors kept in like all 4 or 5 of her complaining about the grass and her shoes. So I'm curious, what are your opinions? Why would the editors do that? Are they trying to do it for our entertainment? Are they trying to build character of Lisa, of like, she's very particular and, you know, or are they trying to show that she absolutely hates Sutton? What would you say the reason is that they left in all of those comments about the shoes?
Oh, place cards.
Just tiptoe.
I am, yes.
Through
Oh, I'm okay. I'm too short to wear those shoes. I've never been so happy about a coat choice in my life.
I might need a coat with my flip-flops.
Okay, so you can see when the ladies are all getting to the table, first they're complaining about the grass, you know, and now they're complaining about the cold, like, you know, Kyle's not complaining, but she's saying like, I've never been so excited about a coat choice in my life. Then they cut to Sutton and she looks concerned. She definitely reminds me of someone who cares so much about what other people think about the way she kind of presents herself. So when she sees people start to say like, oh, I need coats, I'm cold, I'm this, the editors cut to her showing some concern to show us how she's feeling. Imagine if they just had all the ladies talking about needing coats and flip-flops and they didn't show Sutton's reaction at all. We wouldn't even think about Sutton and how she's feeling about this moment because there's really no opportunity for her to be talking about it.
Is this our lunch? I want to like
It's not shrimp.
monitor how much I'm eating. Just eat what you want.
This is all we get? You better be joking.
Then there's dessert. You got a whole thing of bread.
And I just ate a flower.
Dorit, how have you been?
I've been okay, guys. Like right now I have certain challenges that I can't seem to overcome and I beat myself up.
What are the challenges though?
What?
I can't drive.
How do you correlate the drive? What's about the drive?
I cannot be in my car alone. Truth be told, where I used to value being alone, I don't feel comfortable being alone at all. You know when you're not in control of your own emotions, and when you feel that vulnerable.
Okay, so there it is again. And you guys have been so amazing in your comments telling me what you think about why Sutton keeps blowing off Dorit. We talked about it in some previous episodes, kind of how Sutton, just like even when Dorit's talking about something, she's like talking to someone else, blowing it off, changing the subject, whatever it is. But here in this moment, they cut to everyone around that table listening to Dorit talk about how she can't be alone and what she's struggling with. But they wait to the very end to cut to Sutton and she's doing this face. Obviously, this face could be taken both ways. It could be taken as she's sort of going like, oh, that's terrible. But you guys tell me in the comments what you feel like. It gave me sort of like, almost like it was missing an eye roll.
Do you feel a sense of guilt and worry? I just hope that this mama bear can continue to allow her kids to live their normal lives despite what their mom went through.
Will you tell Josh that I want to have a Sutton special?
I know. And again, they cut to Sutton and she says something, you know, can I have the Sutton special? So again, they're just, every time they cut to Sutton, they're always kind of going in the direction of like, She's not listening. She's not adding anything. She's not saying anything to Dorit like, I'm so sorry. Nothing in that realm. And so many of you have put in your 2 cents that you think she's doing that because she's not buying that story.
No, she didn't tell me.
Oh, she didn't tell you?
No. I talked to her. Are you coming?
Oh, no. I woke up, I thought I was going to die.
No.
My hands were foggy. You know, that's the difference when the doctor puts you in a bed rest and when your body says, now I'm putting you in a bed.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I call that?
What?
Rude. It's rude not to tell.
Okay, did you guys see those 2 looks where they added the sound effects to it? Those are just stingers. They're a flavor. They're sort of just something to spice it up a little bit. If they just had the girls, if they just had the music going and the girls just kind of looked over, you wouldn't maybe lean in the same sort of way as you do when they add those little stingers.
It's rude not to tell the hostess that you're not coming to her party.
I text the hostess to say I'd be late.
Yes, you did, and I appreciate that.
I don't like passive-aggressive behavior. Oh, really?
Okay, I thought that was kind of funny too, just as an aside. Erika says, I texted you to tell you I was gonna be late. And then they cut to Sutton and she's like, yes, you did. And I really appreciate that. And then they cut to Kyle, which made me laugh because obviously she was the last one to show up.
I'm never passive-aggressive.
Oh, yes.
No, I'm not, Lisa.
Yes, you are.
I am never passive-aggressive.
Okay, I'm sorry. That little sequence right there cracks me up so much. I had to watch it like 3 times. Someone laughs.
No, I'm not, Lisa.
Yes, you are.
Then they cut to Crystal laughing, but that laugh on Crystal, you guys tell me what you think, but it sounds like it was lifted from the laugh before.
No, I'm not, Lisa.
Yes, you are.
It sounds like a duplicate of the laugh we heard just a second ago. And then we get this thing of Erika tapping her glass so aggressively to get more champagne when not just 2 minutes ago she had just told Garcelle that she's only gonna do 1 drink.
You can only have 1 drink.
Okay.
It's only 1.
Okay, good.
You can only have 1, that's it.
Yes, I
yes,
agree
that's
with
it.
you.
No, it's
1 is good.
No, it's like it's 1 and done.
Yeah.
I'm never passive-aggressive.
You can't say you're not passive-aggressive.
That's it. Thank you.
Did you call Diana a mother?
Okay, again, they're pouring the champagne. You hear Erika say, that's it, thank you. Then they cut to Garcelle and she's looking over. If you look at the setup, Garcelle's looking to her left. Erika is not over to her left. I think Garcelle is looking over at Lisa Rinna because this conversation between her and Sutton is happening. But they do cut it in right after Erika says, that's it, thank you.
That's it. Thank you.
Almost like Garcelle's reaction, like, she just told me 1 drink and how she's gonna be watching herself, and now here she goes again. Well, that's it, you guys. I just wanted to cover that 1 scene. I really wanna know your opinion if you think that Erika walked in and did say something a little bit more to Garcelle in that first moment. I'm not commenting and saying that it should exonerate her from the terrible behavior from the night before, but it is just from a storytelling perspective that they possibly did just take that out so it would leave more heat to that conversation as we're going to see. Also, make sure you subscribe. I really appreciate you guys and I love hearing your comments. I love hearing your feedback. This is just so much fun. Let's keep it classy. Thank you guys again and until next time.
It's 1 and done.
Yeah.